And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio station KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Podchaser, Rumble, and more. Why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. Because there's no gossip on this show, no K words, no Kanye talk, no political ranting. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So we have topics and guests and special series to that end. If you missed any one of my 1,055 shows, 600 consecutive weeks now on the air, then please do free subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you will find all of the shows. And that way you will be able to also see my special red carpet playlist that has interviews with Halle Berry, John Travolta, and many other, a plethora, a host, as you saw on the extended intro that was playing while the NBC News was playing on the AM/FM side. And as you can see, this is not Tempting Conversations this morning. Alon is filming this morning. So I decided to still do the show only because I met some super cool people yesterday. And I was on location. Some of you know that I do on location news reporting, Dr. Mercer reporting live. I do freelance for a New York news agency. And the good news is I get to pick now after doing this for several years, and they know that I'm not going to go pick up angry, crime-related stories, which gets enough coverage on other channels. But I want to go to good news to balance out the bad news. And I was so excited yesterday to get called to go to the Special Olympics golf tournament practice for the Special Olympics. And so and we're trying to get the rest of the folks on right now when they're calling, and I can't really answer. But Violet, if you would sort of field if you could call Karen, I think she is trying to call me, but I can't answer right now. But what's going to happen is we're going to talk about the great things that Special Olympics are doing. I thought it was a great show while Alon is filming, and she'll be back next week. I know, Troy, you probably were ready for Alon and our Tempting Conversations, but I know you're going to really love this show. Let's see. We've got the Cashew Gallery here. Thank you for tuning in. If you free subscribe on my YouTube channel, you will get an alert that says your Dr. Marissa is about to come on live. And Troy was a winner of my Asian Oprah giveaway, the audiobook copy of 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. If you're in the Northern California area, I will be back on book tour now that COVID's died down, hopefully dying out for good. But I'll be at Fern's Garden in Berkeley, California, and in Australia and New Zealand. So if you have any connections there that would like me to stop, please do let me know as we're putting that itinerary together. So we do have a lot of people on chat. I have a feeling my guests went to the YouTube channel. And let's see. Yes, Violet is saying they're on the chat. So as we, you know what, I'm going to put the virtual studio link on the chat so you can get that again. And I think that they were, when I said NBC News Radio, people do this often. They think, oh, I don't have to be on camera. And maybe that's what your husband was thinking. But this is a TV and radio you can watch and listen on my YouTube channel. Let's just put this here. And Karen and Debi, and it's all good. There's the virtual studio link. that you can copy and paste. And if you go to, if you use Chrome, it'll be better, but however you get on here is good. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with breakfast. You all know, Troy, you're going to have to help me out on this one as Violet tries to get people on from the organization. And breakfast, what is breakfast? Breakfast is taking a bite out of my gratitude sandwich. So what we do is 8 specific gratitudes at the top of the bun. And then at the bottom of the bun is 8 things that I like about myself. And the reason why we do this is, you know, people are still kind of, I call it PPSD, post-pandemic stress disorder. People are still getting used to not being isolated. They've gotten into habits of looking at things really negatively or holding your breath for another thing to go wrong. So we're resetting, we're deleting those negative browser cookies, and having a bite of my gratitude sandwich is one of those exercises that I thought we would start this year. So it's a discipline. You have to practice. But Violet, you can also play along here. What are you grateful for when you've finished with helping those folks on? Troy is starting with grateful for having it made through another brutal week. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. So that is a great gratitude. I am going to say I'm grateful that my very first interaction with Special Olympics was actually 4 years ago, I want to say, when Special Olympics sailing was located nearby, and my U.S. Sailing Center team, yay, Debbie made it in. All right, yay. I'm so glad this worked. And I was not worried at all.
Hi.
I knew what would happen. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to the show. And we're actually talking about gratitudes right now. If you have something that you're grateful for, chime in. Violet as well. I start every show with things that we're grateful for. And I know your mom's back there too. So whenever she gets on is great. I was just relaying the story that I told you yesterday, my first interaction with Special Olympics. I got to put the medal on the neck of my sailing gold and silver medal winners. And I have been racing sailboats for 2 years. And I'm so grateful that the U.S. Sailing Center, which I'm a team member of, was helping run that. And that's my first encounter. And yesterday was my second encounter. And I get to meet the Special Olympics golf team. And Violet Prentice here is the woman in charge of that whole program. We're going to get Karen on, who is the interim vice president of marketing and communications for Special Olympics. She's making her way into the studio. And then Debi Anderson, who is the golfing contestant for next week's tournament in San Diego. So before we do more gratitudes, let me welcome them officially into the studio. Welcome to the studio. Hi, Debi.
Welcome. Thank you for having us. We're very excited to be here.
Yes, I got that from this morning. I got that in a text, and I don't think you're any more excited than me. It's wonderful to have you here, and certainly to share all the wonderful things that Special Olympics is doing in Southern California. But let's finish breakfast. So what are you grateful for, Debi Anderson and Violet Prentice?
I am very grateful for my Special Olympics family.
Beautiful, Violet. We're going to go back and forth here. So we're going to have 8. So far we have 3.
And
Go ahead, Violet.
And Dr. Marissa, you know what? I'm just grateful for all the support, all the wonderful people.
Beautiful. And Debbie, what else are you grateful for?
I'm very grateful for the support through the year because last year, I had a meningioma tumor.
Oh my.
And that's why my eye is kind of closed.
Oh.
But it's opening up just a little bit. And they have been such big support.
That's beautiful. I'm so glad that you are on the mend. It certainly did not hurt your golf game. I watched Debbie yesterday do some serious
Even
swinging.
better.
You think you got better?
Oh, yeah.
Great, great. And let's see, Violet, what else are you?
Yeah,
Great.
you know what? Just very grateful for, sorry. Oh, very grateful for just everybody who comes and supports our amazing athletes who are incredible and bring so much joy into our lives, and just all the volunteers. And thank you for coming out and being a part of that. I mean, it was such a great day. So thank you for doing that.
Well, it was my blessing for sure. All right, I'm just putting a title down here. Special Olympics golf contestant. What are you? Competitor. There we go. Competitor for Debbie. And all right, so let's go to the bottom of the button. Maybe, yeah, Troy. Let's see. Yes, he's got another gratitude. Grateful that Dr. Marissa has been involved with Special Olympics. My brother was a Special Olympics participant and I inherited his awards. You know, I just love the way this is a what pop moment, right? Troy is one of my longtime supporters on the chat. And what are the chances that his brother was in the Special Olympics? Hello. I just love that. What COT stands for, what are the chances of that? How do you like that? And guess what I have here? What am I wearing? I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful for a beautiful bracelet that I got yesterday from Debi. And it says, nothing is impossible. So I am grateful for the gifts that I get for doing what I do. So that's the top of the button. Now we're going to go to the bottom of the button. And I'm sorry that we're still having trouble with Karen getting on. So I want to, Violet, where are we with that? Do you know if Karen is able to come on?
You know, I'm not sure if she's going to be, and I'm not sure if she's going to be able to join us, but she did want us to make sure we shared all the information about the fall games coming up.
Well, we'll do that for sure. I was just hoping to have her on, and I'm sorry that there was some miscommunication on the link. All right. So bottom of the bun is my secret sauce for mental health. What's the word I want? It's my prescription for mental health. So I believe that a lot of people are not feeling good because they are looking for love in all the wrong places. So if you don't know how good you are, you might be going around with antennas saying, who likes me? And with social media right now, it is so like everybody's, who likes me? How many likes am I getting? Literally, that we forget that we are one of a kind wonderful. And so the bottom of the bun is, what do you like about yourself? So I'm not saying we're perfect, but if you can really grab a hold of that concept of that I have things that are really cool about me. I'm not, and I say I'm 88% fabulous, and then 12% of the time I step in it. So that's my formula. And so I want you to talk about what you actually like about yourself? So are you willing to play along with me on this? Yes? Awesome. So I like that I have a good sense of humor. How's that? And laughter is my favorite sound on the planet. So that's mine. Violet, what do you like about yourself?
Oh, wow. I think it's the fact that I tend to be a very giving person. Love giving to people and making them feel special. And I get so much out of doing that, but I think that's probably one of my better qualities.
Yay. And I can attest to that. She was definitely very helpful yesterday with all of the players and organizing everything. So kudos to you. Debbie, what do you like about yourself?
What I like about myself is that I'm always positive, or try to be positive, and
That's good. I like that.
I'm a hard worker.
And a hard worker. Awesome. Troy, he appreciates his empathy. And I'm sure having a brother in the Special Olympics helped you with that for sure. I appreciate that I'm working on going with the flow. That I am a work in progress on that. All right, last one. I'm going to give it to Debbie. What do you like about yourself?
What I like about myself is that I have a good, loving, caring family.
Oh, and you
Supportive
appreciate it.
family.
Yeah, is your mom going to come on? I was hoping that she would come on and say hi, but is she camera shy? We'll work on it.
No.
We'll work on it. We'll work on having her come on. All right. Now, that is Breakfast with Dr. Marissa and my very special guest this morning, Violet and Debbie. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully that was yummy. No calories in my gratitude sandwich. I promise that if you do this for 28 consecutive days, you will sandwich your day in the most positive way. All righty. And now it is time for Special Olympics golf. And I don't know where to start. Let's see. Yesterday, I got to witness the practice of this great program. And so, Violet, why don't you set the scene for me right now and tell me basically, I'd like to know how you got involved as well. And then what this program, what it does for the Special Olympics. How's that? Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Marissa. And here in Southern California, Special Olympics hosts 12 different sports throughout a calendar year. Golf is one of those 12 sports that we do. And specific to our program, we have about 10 athletes who practice and train for about 3 months in golf and participate in a variety of different competitions. And we have athletes that are all the way from individuals who've never picked up a golf club to some who are amazing golfers. And we're blessed that we have coaches who come out and every week they're working with the athletes. This week we're going to a competition in San Diego, which is a long way from Orange County, but it's a great opportunity for our athletes to compete and really shine, show what they've been doing this entire 3 months that they've been training and practicing. Throughout the calendar year, we do a variety of different sports. We also do sports in the spring. We do bocce, and it's just an opportunity for the athletes to really work on their skills. But it's about a lot more than skills too. It's about building relationships. It's about community. It's working as a team. There's so many great fundamentals with Special Olympics. And that's really why my husband and I have been coaching for nearly 10 years. It's a wonderful organization. We're blessed with the amazing athletes and the families that we've met. And I know that, Debbie and many of our athletes are just excited about the competitions. You know, we have a major competition coming up on November 11th and 12th in Fountain Valley, and would love to extend an invitation for anybody in the area to come join us and see, you know, hundreds of athletes and coaches participate in 5 different sports, you know, from golf and soccer and tennis, and just to be able to cheer on those athletes and be a really small part of their lives. But even more than that, to say, hey, if you're interested, come check it out, learn more about who we are and what we're doing. You know, my husband and I have been a part of this movement for nearly 10 years, but we continue to do it because I think we get more out of it than we give. You know, we meet amazing athletes like Debi and, you know, the other athletes that that we're blessed to work with. So it's been a tremendous asset in our lives, and we love every minute of it. And Marissa, if somebody's looking to learn more about the fall games, you can go to sosc.org and then /fall games. And it'll lay out all the information, including volunteer opportunities. We're always looking for people to get involved.
Very good. Fantastic. I just pulled up the Special Olympics website, which I love to do just in time research here, and about what they do: sports, games and competition, inclusive health, youth in schools, leadership. Revolution is inclusion. One of my favorite words is inclusion, a peaceful campaign to end discrimination of people with intellectual disabilities. And I was actually reflecting about that when I was doing my laps in the pool this morning, and getting a little emotional, to be honest, because there are countries that, you know, are still discriminating against people with intellectual disabilities. And I am just so supportive of organizations like Special Olympics to, you know, to really have that as part of their mission and campaign. And then I'm going to also go to Southern California Special Olympics, because you guys are so active, and I'm so proud of that. And I think that'll pull up the things you're talking about, Violet. This should have, it's got summer games here. Does it have the fall games on here?
There you go, fall games.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at it right now on your screen.
Perfect. So this is the fall games we're talking about, right?
And you know, absolutely. And it's one of the major competitions that we do. It's a great opportunity. Go ahead. It's a great opportunity for our athletes to participate in what we call higher level competitions. They're competing with athletes all across Southern California. And it includes, it's a wonderful 2-day event that also includes the opportunity for our athletes to stay in a hotel, which a lot of our athletes don't get that opportunity to spend the night in a hotel. And so it's that opportunity. It includes a dinner and a dance. And I'll tell you, Debi will testify to this, the dance is the highlight of the entire competition, because it's just the opportunity to just live and just have a great time.
Debi, look at you.
So there's a lot of great opportunities tied in.
There you go.
Yes.
You're a star. Before I knew who to pick, right? Before I was a Special Olympics athlete, I wasn't involved with sports. It was just me. But now I can call myself a Special Olympics athlete and global messenger, and I can do almost anything. Wow, super cool there. That's a great picture. You look like your picture too. So every time somebody compliments me on my book cover picture, I am a little worried that I actually don't look like that anymore. And we got to talk to Paul Hoffman yet. Oh, no. Did I talk to Paul yesterday? No, maybe not. Okay. So they've, Special Olympics Southern California has received a 4-star rating, and partners here, lots of great partners. So how cool is that? And I want to just point out here what you can do. I am so tired of people seeing things and just shaking their heads and, clicking their tongues, rolling their eyeballs, like whatever the topic is. Put your assets on and do something. You can become an athlete if you know anybody with intellectual disabilities. They can become part of this, like Debbie did. Volunteer, like Violet, kudos to you. Donate, make a donation. What's this? Where SOSC, view the many stories of courage, acceptance, and inclusion. So we are definitely, there's so much to do. That's it. We are SOSC, telling the many stories of acceptance. So please, please, please get involved. This is why I have my guests with me today. There's so much to do and to help donate. Yesterday, if you're a golfer and you're out, you're upgrading your equipment, this organization could really use. Yesterday, you were talking, Violet, somebody just dropped off, right? Drivers and clubs and all of this stuff that I don't know about because I'm horrible at golf. I didn't tell you this story, Debbie, yesterday, but I'm an organizational psychologist, and I actually consult on strategic planning and change management. I was doing some work at 3M, and they told me if you're going to be effective with your executives, you're going to have to get on the golf course. You're going to have to learn how to play because that's where the decisions are made. Okay, so I'm like a trooper, right? I'm going to do that. So I get out, I take golf lessons, and I was told not to continue. I turned up so much turd. I was very not good and very frustrated. I had a great swing. I just wouldn't connect with the ball. So anyways, that's my golf story. So I've had great respect, Debbie, for your ability to swing and hit. You were very good at that. All right. And let's go to our Cashew Gallery, as I call them. Orville Nation is tuning in from Portugal. He's saying Special Olympics cool. And happy Friday to his buddy Troy. And here we go. Question. Are there any athletes that can compete in both Special Olympics and Paralympics? That's an interesting question. Debbie's nodding her head. Go ahead, field the question.
I had a friend that did.
Debbie, you want to take it? Go ahead.
Talking about Janie Skinner. I had a friend who did both Special Olympics and was part of the Paralympics in track and field.
And what qualified him for the Paralympics?
I really don't know.
Oh, okay.
But all I know is that she went to the Paralympics.
Fantastic. So how long have you been involved with the with the Special Olympics?
Swimming, yes. Correct. For Special Olympics, it's an individual with intellectual disabilities. For Paralympics, it's a person with physical disabilities. There are individuals who have both, who do actually compete in both.
Great. Very interesting. Thanks for answering. That's from PJ's his actual name. Thanks for the question, PJ. So Debbie, how long have you been involved with Special Olympics, and how did you find out or, get involved?
I've been involved for 24 years.
Wow.
I started in 98 after I graduated high school. I was part of the
That's okay. Take your time.
School that I was going to had a softball team, which I did not know it was Special Olympics until I heard we had a tournament, a game, and I heard the athletes for the very first time.
Fantastic.
It is, let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
That is one of the things I wanted to show you. I actually put this up on social, and I didn't know your social to tag you, but I can play that. What Debbie just gave you was the oath, the Olympic oath, which I'd never heard as well before. And so I'm going to play this for you, see if you recognize yourself. This is from yesterday's story. And I'm going to close this. This is my website. And then I go to my social blog. And buffering later. Here we go. Let's see if the sound's going to come up.
This is Dr. Marissa. You know me as the Asian Oprah, reporting live at a golf course. And you know I'm not crazy about golf, but I'm crazy about the Special Olympics. And we have a team here that is going to be competing in a tournament in San Diego. This is the group that is from the fall games, as I understand it. It's a unified program. They have coaches that work with them. And they're going to do the Olympic oath and teach it to me and do it at the same time. Are we ready?
Ready?
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Let me win.
Let me win.
But if I cannot win,
But if I cannot win,
let me brave an attempt.
let me be brave in your attempt. Amen.
Amen.
Or and so it is. Yes. And everybody, this is my little thing. Go boom and peace. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom, peace. And peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. This is Dr. Marissa. Always trying to balance out bad news with good news. Yay!
All right. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know why it wasn't centered, but oh well. You got the gist there. That was so fun. Meeting. Oh, those are all your teammates. So tell me what your practices are involving, and what sort of, you did this last year and you actually got a silver, which I'm very proud of you for. And this year, obviously, you're going for the gold. But tell me sort of the process. How long have you been practicing? What the competition's going to ask you to do, and all of that.
Well, it was in 2019 that I got the silver at the Fall Games. And it's been a while since I've golfed. And because of COVID. And I was not very good at first at golf. Now I thought, like, what if I could do golf with like one eye? And I picked up a golf club and hit the ball. I'm like, yes, I can do golf. I can do golf.
That's so great. Yeah. And you lived your motto. Yeah, I showed some of you earlier. I got a beautiful bracelet from Debi that says nothing is impossible. She has it on her cap. This is her life motto. I told her that, did you know that impossible also can be spelled I'm possible? And of course she knew that. And that is wonderful that you are living out your life motto. And I just want to take a minute right now to recognize both of the people on my screen and one who's in the background. Grab your mom for a second and just make her come into the the screen here. And hi, Debbie's mom. So good
Good
to
morning.
see you.
Thank you for this opportunity, Marissa.
Of course, it's my blessing. And I wanted you in camera because I'm going to give you an award that I don't give all of my guests. And this goes to Violet, your husband, who is not coming on screen. And Debbie, you're going to have to give him some wet noodles hits later for not coming on camera. that's your coach and partner, and Debbie's mom. It's called Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award. And it's awarded to people who take their light, their talents, and their time and give it and gift it and are an example of nothing is impossible. You're an example of grabbing life by the cojones and juicing it and really loving your life in a way that inspires other people. So, Violet, Debbie, and Debbie's mom, I am now awarding you with Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award.
Thank you.
It's my blessing. Shit.
Well, thank you.
Yes. And see, your husband's going to regret not coming on now. But speaking of your husband, Debbie, your partner, tell me about Violet's husband and what he is to you and what he's helped you do that's going to help you for next week.
What he has helped me was to be patient with the ball.
And he has been your,
Yeah.
There's a specific term that I'm forgetting. Unifying, no. What is, he's your partner or what is the word?
Yes.
Unified partner.
He is my unified partner.
Unified partner.
What does that mean?
It means that a Special Olympics athlete and a regular athlete can work together on a team to be a team. And that's what Jim is. He's a teammate.
Got it. And every Special Olympics competitor has their own unified partner. Is that true?
Yes, they
Awesome.
can.
Awesome. Yeah, I met, there's a half Japanese, half, I forget her name. She's also a coach. Do you know who I'm talking about, Violet?
Keiko?
Okay.
Keiko.
Yes.
Our coach Keiko?
Yes. So she's a unified partner with, is it Rebecca? No. Who's she paired with?
Max is a unified partner with Rebecca, and they'll be competing at fall games as well. And many of our athletes compete as unified partners, meaning that there's a Special Olympics athlete paired with really just any adult participant who wants to compete, and they compete as almost as a single individual, meaning for golf, Debbie takes a stroke, her partner takes the next stroke, etc. So they really play as a singular individual. And the whole idea about that is the best way to understand an individual is really to be on a team with them. And that's what we're trying to do, is build teams and build those types of relationships. Not all of the athletes participate in the unified program. Still, some will participate as singular individuals, meaning they'll play golf on their own, and some will participate what we call skills, where they're beginning to learn the basics of golf. Kind of like when you were out there learning to play golf, we have athletes doing the same thing. They're not ready to go on the course yet, but they are going to get there. So
Fantastic.
Our way of meeting the needs of the athletes wherever they are.
Love it. Debbie, you were going to say something?
Pete is doing the skills competition.
Fantastic. Yeah. And if you've just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in the studio today, Alon says hello. She's filming this morning, which is why we're not doing our regular Tempting Conversations with Alon Carter and Dr. Marissa. But I thought I would not take the morning off and bring some very special guests with me that I met yesterday when I was on location. Dr. Marissa reporting live, getting some clips for ABC actually as a freelance broadcaster and news broadcaster, and I was doing it for ABC Sports through my New York news agency. And I thought, you know what? At the risk of ticking off ABC, I'm going to bring them on my NBC News radio channel. I'm sure they don't mind, because we are promoting, and the more the merrier and the more the better, attention to Special Olympics, specifically the fall games that are happening next week, or 2 weeks from now, right? November 11th and 12th. It's the fall games where they come together, and I believe there's 5 different games. Was that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
5 different sports competing.
Okay, and what are they?
Volleyball, soccer,
And
softball, golf.
I don't remember either. But anymore, that was pretty good. That was
Tennis.
for tennis. Awesome. So if anybody wants to go be a part of that and I guess donate to get tickets to the event, how do they find that out?
It's free.
Oh, it's free. Then there's really no
Dr.
reason.
Marissa, then Dr.
Yes.
And what I will say is when you come out to the competitions, what you'll also see is we are focused on athlete health. There are different booths where we go through 6 different facets of athlete health, where they'll get everything from a dental screening to making sure they're wearing the right size shoes to now mental health. So you'll see a lot more of Special Olympics than just the competitions. Debi, as you mentioned, is also a global messenger, which means that every month she goes to Toastmaster training to learn how to speak about Special Olympics and best represent the organization. So what you'll see is there's so much depth to Special Olympics and so many ways to get involved.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was so impressed yesterday when I was interviewing Debi, because she did the thing that only experienced interviewees do, which is repeat the question before she did the answer. I was like, dang, I've done this before. I was so impressed. And we do have Jennifer Becker. She's my new friend. She was my connection correspondent who met me literally at the entrance of the event yesterday, and we now are fellow media friends, and we're giving each other free tickets that we get to events. By the way, speaking of free tickets, if you're not doing anything tonight, I am giving another pair of tickets. This is the Asian Oprah giveaway. I don't know if you knew this, Debi and Mom and Violet. I was introduced to Oprah as the Asian Oprah. And as a result, that just means I have to give stuff away. We're not exactly to the point of giving away cars. Although, if you have a dealership, I'm happy to give away a car for you. But I wanted just to show, this is one of my show sponsors tonight. We're having a big party at the Saban Theater. Michael Garbanaro, who has his own show on True TV, is going to be there. I've got some VIP tickets as well as general admission tickets. Please just go to drmarissa.life and put down magic, and I will get those tickets to you. Or I have so many tickets this time that just show up. We're going to party tonight. Doors open at 6 at the beautiful Saban Theater. Actually, you better contact me, because we don't need a giant stampede there, because I don't have that many tickets. But I am excited about meeting all of you tonight. And that is my Asian Oprah giveaway for today. And Jennifer's saying there's soccer, softball, tennis, volleyball, and golf that you can register to. The Fall Games is expected to attract nearly 900 athletes, coaches, volunteers, and spectators over the course of the weekend. So isn't that great? Isn't this great? Your chat is getting all the information out there that unfortunately we can get from Karen, but we're all covered. I want to point out here a beautiful comment from Troy. Let me be brave in the attempt. He's commenting on the oath that we put up earlier. I'm very convicted. I strive to be brave in all things, never considered the importance of bravery, regardless of outcome. So thank you for that comment there, Troy. I do want to say I am very competitive. Those who know me, my poor kids, I think they had to compete with breathing when they were young. But Violet's like, oh my God. That was a joke. That was a joke. I'll have to ask my daughters, but I do believe that there is value in competition, not the mean kind, not the taunting kind, but there is something about competition that gives us the motivation to be the best that we can be, and I do love that part of it. Although I have been known to say it's not whether you win or lose, it's whether I win or lose. I'm a very good winner. Let's just put it that way. But tell me, Debbie, what you're excited about in the competition next in 2 weeks.
Well, actually, I'm not competing next week.
I mean, 2 weeks from now. Sorry.
I am not competing in the Fall Games.
Oh.
This year.
Okay.
But I am going to be doing my job as
global messenger,
athlete leader, and I'll be at the honored guest table.
Fantastic. All right, but I thought you were competing in some kind of a golf. Violet?
It's next week.
Next week.
Debbie is actually competing on Sunday. We're going to be in San Diego. And then in 2 weeks at the Fall Games, we have a couple of other unified pairs competing. And they will be competing for these lovely medals, which I know Debbie has a lot of these. This is actually my husband's from when he was Debbie's unified partner from years ago. So we still have this hung up in our house as motivation as well. But, you know, it's a lot of training, a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun. And again, I would stress to everybody to come on out and check it out and see what competition is all about and figure out a way that you can get involved, even if it's coming down for the day and cheering on the athlete or handing out the medals, the best job in the world because you get tons of hugs. And athletes are so excited to have you there. So would love to have everybody and anybody come down on November 11th and 12th.
If it's not too late, Violet, I would love to be thrown in that mix. I have a history of being able to put the medal on. So if you need somebody else in that lineup, I would love to go down and help with that. For sure.
That would be awesome. We'll make sure we connect with you because we would love to have you there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, is there anything else, Jennifer, that you wanted to cover? I'll let you bring anything else up and share it. I will share the screen again of the actual website that is, you know, highlighting all of those areas that, let's see, where is that first page that I saw? Let's see, news, media, events. Here we go, Fall Games. This is what we've been talking about today on the show. You are tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News Radio, KCAA. Home to the Asian Oprah, the station that leaves no listener behind. AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and of course, my YouTube channel, which is the central place for all 1,055 shows as of today, and that is 600 consecutive weeks. And we're inviting you today, Debbie, her mama, Violet Prentice, her husband, Karen, who is didn't make it on screen, but is tag teaming with Jennifer Becker for the information and communications part of it. Please go to this website, which is an easy find. Just Google, my trusty assistant Google, Dr. Mercer. No, Special Olympics Fall Games, and you will bring this up. It's the passion of the Special Olympics Southern California athletes. Get involved. There's many ways to get involved and volunteer. But most of all, if you want to feel good about your ability to be important, please donate. This is a worthy organization, whether it's money or, especially for the golfers, they need the golfing equipment. Please get in touch with Violet. Is there a direct way that you would like people to get in touch with you that is helpful?
They can definitely reach out to the Special Olympics Southern California office, which is sosc.org. And all the information should be there on different ways to get involved and to support. So again, visit sosc.org, and we would definitely love to connect you any way possible.
Fantastic. And it's at the Fountain Valley Sports Park, which is not as far as that's not San Diego, right?
Yeah.
No, it's pretty centrally located off the 405 freeway, and the David L. Baker golf course is joining it. So both of them are walking distance from one another, and it's a great just afternoon to come hang out and enjoy the day.
Fantastic. Any last words, Debbie? We filled this hour very quickly. Thank you for the Cashew Gallery. My sound engineer is reminding me that I cannot go on forever. We have 2 minutes. Any last words, Debbie?
Nothing's impossible. You can do anything.
That says it all. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, my very special guests. I hope you win, Debbie.
Thank you.
And I'm really excited that I made the acquaintance and the connection, and I know that this is, just the beginning. I am so delighted to I just love my life. I love my work, and I love you all. So this is how I end every broadcast. Ready? You know the drill. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Have the greatest weekend. Tune in every weekday morning to this show about hope and happiness. Now go and have the best day ever. We'll see you on Monday. Have the best weekend ever.